Hey guys, this is Chase and Ashley, your hosts of the On to Something More podcast. This is part 2 of the podcast where Ashley will be interviewing me this week, asking me questions about just how I've taken quarantine spiritually, like how it's impacted me and how I'm living and what hardships I've gone through. And also, breakthroughs coming up. Parents, check your email. Kids, students, tell your parents to check their email because that's coming up soon. After these 2 weeks of sessions between Ashley and I, we will be doing our Pauline prison epistles, which is Paul prison epistles, and that will be our next little segment of lessons. So let's get into it.
All right. So what of this season, what's been your least favorite part? It could be anything. Like, it could be serious or funny.
Yeah. I mean, like, the number one is just, like, the initial sadness was not being able to do what you thought the summer was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just that first impact of, like, oh, this is, like, when we realized how big COVID-19
It almost like came
was.
in waves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, we can't do this. Oh, and this.
Yeah.
Oh, and this too. Yeah.
Like, just that moment when I realized that, like, it was that bad, like, it's global, it's a serious pandemic, it was, like,
Yeah.
awesome. So
Yeah.
that was probably the toughest. That, and then obviously that means I can't see y'all as easily, the students, and that's been the saddest part.
Yeah. Yeah.
I live alone as well,
Yeah.
so that's also a tough one.
Okay, what's been your favorite part?
My favorite part has been getting more time, like in the school year and during when life is busy, like we all are just like, oh, if I just had my time alone,
Mhm.
like get to do all these things.
Yeah.
So those first couple weeks were good. I was like, oh, I can read my books,
Mhm.
I can get a good regimen of prayer and reading like the things I need to, working out, and then about 3 weeks in, I was like, oh, this is I'm done with that. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go back to real life. So
I
But-
did that too. Yeah.
yeah, that was good at first.
Yeah. That's funny. All right, this is a question I've heard on a podcast. It's what is giving you life right now? And that can be anything.
I would say my family,
Mm.
because I'm an introvert like you, and I was like excited. I was like, oh, I can do this all day. Like, I can be alone. But then I've just gotten better about reaching out to my family, and they've been better about reaching out to me and just asking about life. In college, it's so busy, but they've been giving back to me. So that's been, my family's been very life-giving.
Yeah. I wonder if that's interesting for some of them to hear when they may be sick of their families. 'Cause
Oh,
that's
yeah.
who they're spending
Yeah,
all their
yeah.
time with. But one day you will go to college and you will leave your family
And
and,
you'll
then
miss your
you will
parents.
miss them. Yeah. All right, so we can't control a lot in our life right now. What are some things you're working on that you can control? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Things I can't control. I mean, I love like a regiment. I love daily schedules, and then that didn't happen. I was like, oh no, what do I do? So I've had to make just like my controllables. Like, I've started to work out more. I've started to read my Bible more and just read spiritual books and regular
Mhm.
books. But just coming up with a schedule of I need to control these things because those are the only things that I can in a time when
Right.
a lot of things are out of my hands.
Yeah. That leads into my next one. Have you read anything good lately?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've been reading Letters to the Church by
Okay.
Francis Chan, and it's very good. It's a commentary on.
I haven't read that one.
It's
Yeah.
it's talking about how churches need to be more active in their own communities
Mm.
and need to be focused on doing good around, not just traveling abroad and stuff like that.
Is that the one he wrote after he left his church?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So that's a little bit of a weird time right now because it's like I'm still trying to figure out how to do good in the community
Mhm.
when I can't see or touch people
Yeah.
for the most part. So
Yeah. And then where have you seen God at work in this?
yeah, I've gotten some emails from some people in the church, like elders and elders' wives, just being kind, and then you and David also just being like, "Hey, you're doing a great job." So it's just funny how God moves through the people around us. Like when you're low, when you like need something, it's people loving you. And you're like, oh, that was kind, but like God's work, and that's something I've been more open to, is like realizing that the people that I might get annoyed with, like my sister, my brother, even my parents, when I go back home, I'm like, all right, it's good to see y'all. And like, yeah, like those people that are trying to love me, it's just like I have to be open to them loving me and like letting them love me. So even when they get on my nerves, which I'm sure y'all know.
Siblings. Well, you are doing a great job. We're very grateful you're here.
Thank you.
And you got thrown into the deep end anyway, and then the deep end was lit on fire by a global pandemic. And you're doing great. So I think that's all I had.
Another controllable is I play basketball with a couple guys, like Jackson and Caleb, or Jackson and Elijah, with Caleb too, and I school them.
So you control the game.
Yeah.
All right. That was, I think, a challenge for someone to beat Chase at basketball. We do have several basketball players, including some really good female ones. So we'll have to see.
I'll play anyone on one if you want to DM.
Oh, all right. That I heard.
I'll play anyone at the church.
So thanks for tuning in to our Onto Something More video cast. We hope you've liked hearing from us. I feel weird because I don't know if anyone's gonna watch it, but and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, see y'all.
Bye.